At long last,
Titanfall.
Titanfall, everyone.
Xbox One.
Xbox One.
Good times.
Next gen for everyone.
Yes. It's really good.
Titanfall is really fucking amazing.
At first, you weren't completely sold on the idea.
I really wasn't sold by the idea.
But I've been playing the shit out of it, and I'm really enjoying it.
Yeah.
It's really good. There are bits that, I don't know, maybe take some getting used to after COD, and, they're very different, and, of course, it's a very different game. So, I mean, it's something completely different to anything we've experienced before. But on the whole, now that I've got into it, and now that I really know what I'm doing, and I'm actually starting to put some good scores and some good, games together, it's really good. The sounds are amazing. Just got my new headset, stuck that in. It sounds great. I mean, it's good. It's just good shit.
Yeah.
The maps look lovely.
So in this video, we're just going to talk about the game and how we feel about it, because there is a lot to talk about, and this is next gen. This feels like a very next gen game.
It's all next gen.
Yeah, I mean,
so next gen.
I mean, I've been playing COD, obviously on the Xbox One, and it doesn't feel next gen like Titanfall does.
No, Titanfall is just lovely. There's no other way to describe it, I don't think.
So what were my misgivings to begin with? The whole problem with bots. That was my initial fear.
And I think from watching all the original bits, that was probably fair. I mean, you have to learn to play around the bots in terms of they don't really shoot you, so you only bother them when you're either playing attrition or when you're hunting for some points to get your Titanfall in sooner.
Yeah. I
think the real problem with it, and actually I've noticed that this is less of a problem than I thought originally, is that we thought it would be really casual. Really, really casual. And actually, if you play certain game types and if you play them properly, it doesn't even have to be casual. You can take it pretty seriously.
Well, I think things are about to get pretty sweaty.
Yeah.
Here in this gameplay, you're marked for death.
I am, yeah.
And
one guy, don't have a clue where
one guy comes through the door,
yep.
And there's another guy coming, although I think he takes a wee bit longer.
Well, I'm kind of shit myself at this point because there's a couple of entrances, and this guy's hanging around on the roof.
There's a nade.
Yeah, a nade, and I'm like, where the fuck
Another
are these
nade
guys coming from?
And then that's beautiful.
Fortunately, these guys are.
And then that's beautiful. That is some good
like
shit right there.
And I get my Titanfall, and I'm nice and safe, and it's like.
So this game is anything really but casual.
No, sure. I think it's very possible to be casual on it, and you can, but then you can do that on any game. So, I just think it's good. It makes a lot of sense. You can make it really fast paced if you want it to be. If you put yourself in the right areas, if you play it as it should be played, I guess, then it can be what you want it
also,
to be.
you got to bear in mind that it is the first in. I assume it's going to be a franchise.
Well, I don't know. I mean,
it must
presumably.
be. I mean, they make everything into a franchise nowadays. There's just no way that it won't be.
You would think it's unlikely that they're not going to bring out another game.
So this is the first one. So you got to cut it some slack in many ways. That there are going to be some problems,
true.
and they're only going to improve on it, really.
Although the things that I would say is actually the game is masterful. There's absolutely nothing wrong with it. I think our complaints originally were actually the opposite of it was just a design flaw as such. And actually, with bringing out newer games, that wouldn't have changed. But I think I've got over those issues, and I don't think it's.
If I was to adjust one thing about the game, is that I would include more pilots in the actual game, because it's limited to 5-on-5, isn't it?
6-on-6.
Or is it 6-on-6?
6-on-6.
6-on-6.
10-on-10 would be nice.
That would be fantastic.
It would be nice. And some of the maps are too small for that, but most of the maps you could easily. But then I think actually I run into a lot of people. A lot of time on most of the maps.
Oh, most of the time.
And actually 10-on-10 could well be far too messy.
Well, but I mean,
I know what you're saying, but we'll never know.
When you think about it, when you play COD, you don't play 10-on-10.
6-on-6, so
it can be 8-on-8, but COD is,
not anymore.
There's far less places to go, so you're always seeing people.
Yeah, well, you're not shooting bots for a start, and you're not in Titans,
and you're not in Titans. Oh, that's another thing that I would have changed about it. I would have made the Titans a little less easy to get.
Yeah, no, but then at the same time, and again, I've changed my opinion on this slightly. I originally thought, you know what, absolutely, Titans are too easy to get, and all they really do is they're there to fight other Titans. But again, if you play the right game types and if you play in the right way, actually a Titan is necessary. You need to get them this often, because when enemies have... I mean, obviously it's the argument that you need Titans because the enemies have Titans. So if everyone just had less Titans, then it wouldn't be such an issue.
True.
But when you have burn cards where you can just start the game instantly with a Titan, if you weren't able to get them quickly, like you got a couple of pilot kills and a few grunt kills off the start, and then you have you have it quite quickly, then suddenly people would be able to just run over you too easily. So I think it's quite balanced.
I agree. I do agree with that. And you've got to sort of take your COD glasses off a little bit and stop viewing them as kill streaks per se.
Exactly.
Because they're an integral part of the gameplay.
Completely. I mean, it is called Titanfall.
It is called Titanfall. That's what it's all about.
So, and the one thing that I would also say, going back to your point about taking off your COD glasses, is when I first came into playing Titanfall, I tried to play it very much like COD, where everything I saw I was trying to shoot.
Yeah.
And what you realise that you have to do is that for the most part, you have to ignore, unless you're playing attrition, you have to ignore grunts and spectres, unless you want to nade them because they're a bit further off and you just want to get a kills or whatever. You generally want to focus on pilots. If there's no one around and you can get, you pick up a spectre or two here or there, that's great. But generally, you don't want to focus on them at all. You're focusing on killing Titans and killing pilots.
Particularly in this game type.
Particularly in this game
This
type.
game type is so much fun.
But then again, in attrition, I would completely say that actually you're so focused on killing pilots because you get so many more attrition points for that.
I mean, personally, I'm always focused on killing pilots because that's just more fun.
Exactly, and that's the nature of what we enjoy about FPS is killing other people and making them feel like shit. There's no fun in killing bots. Bots don't have feelings.
Yeah.
Bots can't rage.
Exactly. You can't really get competitive against a bot.
No, you can't.
But it's not too. It's really. I mean, I thought it would be more of a problem than it is.
Yeah.
You do see plenty of pilots. I'd like to see a few more, but it's fine. It's really fine.
From the original trailers and from the original multiplayer games that other YouTubers and that they actually advertise themselves, I don't think they really did it justice.
No?
I think they could have done a better job with that because it really made me think that this wasn't going to be a game I was going to enjoy that much.
But remember, this game was hyped to the bejesus.
It was hyped like crazy, but as soon as everyone got it, then nobody everyone stopped talking about it. Everyone stopped playing it.
You don't see it being played that often.
It's not a thing. And I'm slightly confused why. Because I don't know whether people haven't really given it enough time or they just got bored of it very quickly or what.
Personally, I suspect it's just still in its early stages.
Well,
it's a very new game.
And maybe that many people just haven't transferred onto the one yet.
That's another thing.
I mean, I don't know how many people have them and how many people are playing Titanfall.
I mean, we only just got our Xbox Ones.
Well, exactly.
What was it? Monday? So that's 5 days ago?
Literally.
Not long at all. I mean, because, it costs money.
Well, they do, yeah.
Jesus.
Unfortunately.
And obviously, you've got to buy a new headset and everything, which is an absolute pain.
It is. But kind of needed one anyway. Thanks, dog. Biting the shit out of my old one. But yeah, I mean, obviously it's expensive, and I guess maybe lots of people don't want to move on to the new one. I mean, plenty of people grow out of consoles.
But we've had ours for just under a week now, and it's great.
Yeah, I'm loving it.
Yeah.
It's not a McDonald's advert, sorry.
Obviously, we can't speak for the PS4 because we play on the Xbox. But
the nice thing is that, although the Xbox hasn't perhaps stuck to its roots in the same way as it used to in terms of just being a sheer gaming console, it's got such longevity.
I like what they've done.
With the updates and the things they're going to be able to do in the future. The PS4 will sit there and say, well, yeah, we can still do games. Whereas the Xbox will say, well, we can still do games, we've got better games, and we can also do everything else. And I think that offers a lot more appeal.
Sorry, just cutting in here. I'm surprised that your team lose this match.
Well, I'm quite surprised.
Because you've been dicking on some retards.
I haven't killed that many actual
you got 16
marked for death.
Oh, haven't you?
Well, because quite often I was marked for death so many times.
You were marked for death so many times. You did a pretty good job.
I was not really able to.
I like what they've done with this epilogue thing.
Yes,
that's quite a nice touch.
It's fun.
It is fun.
I think it's nice. It's like it would always be nice to have sort of 5 seconds at the start of the COD game just to mess around a bit, and then at the end just a bit of a cooldown. Admittedly,
to get into position,
you slot in a lot quicker and everything, but. Yeah, it'd just be nice just to take the focus away from trying so hard all the time and just have a little bit of a break to just get into it.
And it's cool trying to get to the ship, and you just get to it, and that's fantastic.
It's like,
that's a good moment. Even though you lost, it's like a mini victory at the end.
Exactly.
It's fun. It's really fun. And so there we have it. Titanfall gameplay for you guys. Hope you enjoyed it. Yeah, numero uno. Many more to come. And we'll see you guys later.
See ya.